ing. Verbs, nouns. What does that mean to you? Alright, this lesson I'm going to explain you today and to make you able to use these words as verb and these words as noun, which is not finished. There's something I'm gonna add at the end of them. So by the way, let me tell you that my name is Jonas. This is always a pleasure to be with you in these particular lessons, especially this lesson of today, and that I bring for you, especially to intermediate students, because this lesson is particularly for intermediate students because some beginner students may not be able to know when to use these words as verb and as noun. And then too, if you are very intelligent beginner students, it's gonna be easy for you to use because I recognize that there are many beginner students that are very smart and are very clever, very intelligent. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Jean-Baptiste Jonas, okay? And then by watching that video, you can click the thumb, which is that represent the numbers of like that you can give me if you like my video. And then if you like to, you can write opinion, you can write comments, you can tell me whatever you want, your opinion, what you think, if you like that video, your suggestion, anything that you would like I increase, or any lesson that you would like to ask me to explain you in my next video. I will be happy to receive your comment, your opinion, your request, everything. Alright, let's get started. Right. Verbs, noun. These words are verbs. Okay? These words are verbs. Technically, when you see 2 plus a word, the 2 plus the word is a verb in the infinitive form. In the infinitive form. Okay? I know, guys, you know what is infinitive form. So these words are noun. What do you notice? So meet is a verb, and I use meet. What can you do? Some verbs, not all verbs. There's a list of verbs. You can transform these verbs into noun. How? You keep the base form. Base form is the verb without to. To meet is a verb. Meet, I can use it as noun. Okay? So I don't use the to. To meet verb, meet noun. What I do? So you can create nouns from some verbs by adding ing at the end of the base form of these verbs. Example, to meet is a verb and the noun from meet is meeting. Okay? It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. So the meeting is at 7 o'clock. It's a pleasure to meet you. The meeting is at 7 o'clock. Or it's a pleasure to meet you at the meeting. It's a pleasure to meet you at the meeting. Okay? It's a pleasure to meet you. To meet is a verb. Meeting is a noun. To listen. To listen is a verb. As I know, you know the definition of listening to your native language. So the noun from listen is listening. How? You listen well. You listen well. Oh, your listening is great. Your listening is great. Good. The third word is to warn. To warn is a verb, and the noun from warn is warning. Warning. Good. So, didn't I warn you that you should not be late? Didn't I warn you that you should not be late? The warning was there not to be late. The warning was there not to be late. Okay. Greet is a verb. Greet, and the noun is greeting. Okay. Don't forget to greet everybody. Don't forget to greet everybody. Greetings are very important in the beginning of a conversation. Greeting is very important. Or greetings are important in the beginning of a conversation. Begin is a verb. Begin is a verb, and the noun is beginning. Beginning. Okay, beginning. Good. It's time to begin the show. It's time to begin the show. Oh, the beginning of the show is going to be in a couple of minutes. The beginning of the show is going to be in a couple of minutes. Okay? To come is a verb. and the noun, and I just drop the e, and I add ing. So coming, coming. Good. What time will you come? What time will you come? Oh, my coming will be at 9 p.m. My coming will be at 9 p.m. Alright? To mean, next verb. To mean is a verb, and the noun is meaning. Meaning. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, the meaning of my speech is this. The meaning of my speech is this. Okay? Understand is a verb. Understand. And the noun from understand is understanding. Okay? Good. He didn't really understand what I said. He didn't really understand what I said. You have to be understanding. Don't be wild. Don't be mean. Okay? You have to be understanding with your daughter. You have to understand her, or you have to be understanding. Understanding is comprehensible. Okay? And is the next one. And the noun is ending. Ending. Okay? Oh, good. To end the show, you need to conclude with our poem. To end the show, you need to conclude with a poem. Or the ending of the show is going to be with a poem. The ending of the show is going to be with a poem. Just like that. To close is a verb. To close, verb, to close. And the noun, and I drop the e again, and I add ing. Closing, closing, to close, closing. Don't forget to close the door. Don't forget to close the door. Don't forget to close the door. The closing of school is going to be in July this year. Closing of school is going to be in July this year. Okay? Open. Open is a verb. The noun from open is opening, opening, opening. Okay? Opening, open. Did you open the door? Did you open the door with the key? Did you open the door with the key? The opening of class this year was in November. The opening of class in my country was in November this year, just only this year. And the last verb is preach, and the noun is preaching, preaching, preaching. Good. He preaches in several churches this month. He preaches in several churches this month. Okay? Or his preaching was really spectacular. His preaching was really spectacular. Alright, so remember, I'll review verbs. These words are verbs. You can transform these verbs into nouns by adding ing. Okay, at the base form of these verbs. Example, to meet, verb, the noun is meeting. To listen, verb, noun, listening. To warn, verb, noun, warning. To greet, verb, noun, greeting. To begin, verb, noun, beginning. To come, noun, coming. To mean, verb, noun, meeting. To understand, which is the verb and the noun is understanding. To end, that is the verb and the noun is ending. To close, the verb and the noun is closing. To open, which is the verb and the noun is opening. To preach, the verb is the noun is preaching. So one thing I recommend you to do, so as you can see, I do not speak any other language from my lesson, I speak English. So what you need to do, if you are not an American, if you are not living in a country where English is spoken, what I advise you to do, you have to open your dictionary and find the definition, the meaning, okay? The meaning. You see, I use meaning as a noun, so you have to open your dictionary and look up the definition into your native language of these verbs, and then the noun from them, okay? The noun from these verbs. Because when I was in elementary school, I would use a vocabulary, small vocabulary book into the language that I was learning, and I was learning in French, and I would study verbs and I would study the noun from the verbs. Why? Because when I would be speaking that language to somebody, so that I could find the noun from these verbs when I need them, in sentences, and then I would find a verbs too whenever I need them. So this is the same thing I recommend you to do. You have to get the definition of these verbs and find the definition of these nouns. And another thing I'd like you to do, I'd like you to test yourself by imagining or by finding, by creating, by finding other verbs where you can add ing at the end of them as to transform them into nouns. So from there, you will learn a lot of vocabulary words and you will not be stuck whenever you are in the middle of a conversation in case of in need of one of these words, depending on what you're saying. What your teacher doing us in this particular lesson was noun ending by ing. I hope that you enjoyed that lesson, and I will see you, or you will be seeing me explaining you on your lesson from our next video. Have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe, to watch my video, and to send me comments and whatever you want. Alright, have a great day again.